In 1955, my mother and I immigrated from Germany, and she came with the other tourists in September of that year to Toronto Island. At that time, there were houses throughout the entire island from one end to the other. Most of them are gone now. And she looked around and said to herself, "Oh, it's a park. There are no cars here, but people live here in the middle of a park. I must get one of these houses." And I have lived here ever since. I prefer the island when the tourists are not here, not because I mind the tourists so much, but it gets really very crowded. On a busy weekend in July or in August, there will be 200,000 people on the island. This time of year in the fall, it's beautiful, it's not too cold. It seems like we have the whole island to ourselves. We started at Ward's Island, where I live. I live about 5 minutes away from the ferry docks. I picked you up at the ferry docks, and then we went through the lagoons to my studio at Gibraltar Point, roughly speaking, close to Hanlon's Point at the other end of the island. It's about 2.5 to 3 kilometers away from Ward's Island. I prefer to come with my boat. It's a more scenic route. A hobby business of mine is building bicycle trailers and making cargo bicycles because there's a real demand for them here on Toronto Island, where everyone has a bicycle and no one has a private car. So they're difficult to buy. I ended up starting to make them because I could not find one for sale anywhere. The Toronto Island community tends to be a bicycling community, and most of its members will cycle year-round in all seasons. We're at Artscape Gibraltar Point, which is a complex of buildings that used to be the old Toronto Island School that I attended as a student. My shop is the old French room. It was a portable classroom, and when Artscape took over this complex of buildings, it was in the poorest condition, so they gave it to me because I didn't care. For a metal shop, it's just ideal. I can spread my tools around and have my processes and my metal work and my scrap bicycles just here, and nobody cares. It's fine for me. I like to take old bicycle frames out of the garbage, things that people throw away. I then take what I want, I cut them up, and I weld them into cargo bicycles. With the bicycle trailers, it's a little different. I make most of them from scratch, or I make the odd one from a shopping cart that has been thrown away. These are pretty popular, and I have made over the years maybe 170 or 180 of them, and they're all sold. The bus I drove here some years ago, I traded it for a bicycle trailer, oddly enough. The local Montessori school ran the bus, and it was giving them problems. They no longer wanted it, so I said, give it to me. I want it as an office, or to turn into a lunchroom, a camper, a lounge for myself or my friends to relax. And that's the story behind the bus, yes. À votre santé.